Oh, by the way, Charles Small and Charles Johnson had 1,000 yards in one.
They might have been better. Yeah.
Yeah, they were better. But they were old when they were with the Eagles.
Let's go to our main man, Jeff Kerr, set to join us right here on Birds 365. You can follow him at Jeff Kerr, CBS. Read all his work at cbssports.com. Jeff, it's a victory Monday. It's an overreaction Monday. How you feeling on this Monday morning, my friend?
I can't believe I got to spend time arguing with these idiots about the tush push.
Yeah.
Oh no, Jeff.
By the way, the tush push is cooked, Jeff. It is cooked. It's officially cooked after yesterday. That's my prediction.
It can be cooked as much as you want, but I just am tired of hearing the bullshit lies. Just look up stuff. The time of the game is on Pro Football Reference. Please don't tell me the game is slow. Oh, please don't tell me the game is better watching Patrick Mahomes just throw balls up in the air and he's trying to get a penalty. Like
that. If you watch the broadcast, Jeff, Dean Blandino.
Dean Blandino's an idiot. That's
essentially, well, whatever.
Yeah.
He's a former vice president. That's the way they think. That's the way the league thinks.
I agree with you.
Threw up his hands and said, basically, I'm tired of talking about
You know what? This is why I never respected Dean Blandino, Mike Pereira, Mike Carey, whoever these guys are, because you guys were bad at your jobs 20, 30 years ago, and you're still bad at it.
Yeah.
Why can't you admit you're not good at what you do?
I'm angry at Jeff Kerr for bringing this up because I hate talking about officiating.
I had to bring it up because this is what I got right about today.
To start with Jeff Kerr.
Here's the bottom line, Jeff. Landon Dickerson is jumping offside.
Yep, I agree.
You got a Kansas City guy swiping the football before the play. You got guys. You got Drew Tranquil trying to rip it away. They can't officiate the damn play anymore. It has become untenable. It's got to go. It's got nothing to do with the Philadelphia Eagles. They can't officiate it.
This is what I think is so funny when people want to mention the false start. I'm like, there's like 5 Chiefs lined up in the neutral zone. I agree with you, John. They can't officiate it. They can't officiate anything.
Discussion. I don't give a shit if Eagles fans want it. If you can't officiate the fucking play, and that's the case, 5 guys are offside. Landon Dickerson's jumping offside. Get it the fuck out.
This is how I wanted to rally up Eagles fans last night. I think I did the job. The Eagles aren't 18-1 because of the tush push.
They're not. It has nothing to do with them winning. Nothing.
They have turned the ball over 8 times during this stretch, and they have 39 takeaways.
Jeff,
39-8.
That was such a good stat you put out. I used that on the postgame show several times.
Yeah, I want everybody to use it. I want everybody to know why this team actually wins.
But now you'll never hear me say they win because of the tush push.
Oh, I know that.
I think they're worse now because everybody focuses on it. You have all this bullshit going on, and if you just did the conventional quarterback sneak with Jalen Hurts, you're going to be more successful. Because spread the field. I tell Nick this all the time. Spread the fucking field. Let him pick the spot. It's going to be more successful. Successful.
There were so many things in that game that just bugged me yesterday that shouldn't. Like, you guys heard what Chris Jones said to Jalen Hurts late in the game.
Yeah.
I don't care how many passing yards he throws.
Well,
you and I
people do.
Yeah, you and I used to get into this debate all the time last year. You gave up. It's gone.
Yeah. Well, I'm like Dean Blandino. I give up with this bullshit play. I give up. What I tell you, and I told the fans last night, I know they're going to get mad at me. I don't give a shit. Look, it's got nothing to do with the Philadelphia Eagles. I get it. You're all Eagles fans. You're watching this show. I appreciate it. This doesn't have anything to do with the Eagles. It has become untenable. It has become unofficiable. I'm making up words now.
I don't get it, though. After 4 years, now they can't officiate it. What the hell happened?
Well,
you saw what happened. You saw the videotape. What does everybody do? Yeah. They're trying to stop it. They're lining up off sides. You know, that, by the way, that's not the first time Landon Dickerson has jumped early. They can't see it because it has become untenable.
Yeah. What my pet peeve is with the play, and again, don't care if they keep it, don't care if they ban it. I got to write a column on this today, by the way. I'm just sick and tired of the bullshit excuses. It's not safe. It's not, the game is slowed down. No, you
Oh
know how
yeah,
the
that's all bullshit.
Yeah.
That's
You know
all
how the
bullshit.
game is slowed down? I'll tell you how the game is slowed down. Your precious commercials, your precious throwing the football. The fact that you want every stadium to be a dome so you can have glorified arena football because you were so pissed off arena football was having 60 to 50 games and you wanted that.
Yeah.
That's
All
what
right.
you want.
Last thing I'll say, and I want to move on from this goddamn forsaken topic of Dean Blandino. Look, you're right. All the excuses, and I said from the start, and Zander can tell you, that was the stupidest drawn up rule of ever to get this game out. Now they have the perfect thing. Well, oh, we can't officiate it. We got to remove it. Bang. End of story. End of sentence.
And that's more
Over.
legitimate than any of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
agreed, Jeff.
Yeah. So, get it out. It's done. It's done after the season. Enjoy it while it's here. That was my first take after the game. I said, "This is crazy.
Yeah.
This has got to go."
I just couldn't believe my eyes when I saw that slows the game down today. I went to Pro Football Reference and looked at the time of every single game.
No, you know what? And you could say, and I should have said, Tom Brady fucking said they can't officiate it. Tom fucking Brady said it.
Yeah.
So forget about Dean Blandino.
Oh, by the way, Tom Brady was the master of the quarterback sneak. Absolute master of it.
Unbelievable. You know who else was good? I say all the time, Brad Johnson. Phenomenal.
He's very good. Well, he knew how to get low.
Yeah.
Jeff, what do you make of the offense, man? Let's talk about it a little bit. Kevin Petula, a lot of people got him on the chopping block after 2 weeks, but hey, the Birds are
fire him.
Jeff, what do you think of the offense?
18 of 19. They've only won 2 straight to start the season. Fire the offensive coordinator, Jeff Kerr.
Oh, man. What do you think, Jeff?
I mean, the Chiefs' defense is really good. Could we give them a pat on the back that they might have faced a really good defense and a tough place to play? People don't win in Arrowhead. No one beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead Stadium since Christmas 2 years ago. Think about that. It's one of those games where I'm just like, okay, this isn't going to work. This probably isn't going to work. I thought Saquon Barkley earned every bit of the yards he got yesterday. He faced the stack box again. I thought, look, am I crazy about the play calling? No, but the guy's 2 games in. I just get tired of the overreactions early. This team was 2-2 for 4 weeks.
Can I get one person? I'm not going to pick on you guys, so I'll ask the chat. Can I get one person to tell me what play call they're upset about? Because they're not upset about fucking play calls. What do I say all the time? They're upset about play results.
Yeah, execution.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally don't think the quarterback has played too well.
No, he hasn't, but you're not allowed to say that. Shh, be quiet, Jeff. You're not allowed to say that. So not that it's any surprise, but Steve Spagnuolo came blitzing from the buses, and look, Jalen Hurts was hurried a lot. The pressure was insane for most of the game.
And Jalen did what he could with that pressure. I mean, yeah. I'm not gonna. I thought he missed a couple easy ones, but he made the one he needed to make.
So the numbers from Next Gen Stats: blitzed on 16 of his 25 dropbacks, so 64% of the time.
Spags is bringing it, man.
Highest blitz rate under Spagnuolo since 2019. So he blitzed even more than he normally does. 2.11 second time to throw, which was by far the quickest of Jalen Hurts' career. So he was getting the ball out. But I've yet to see this team run a damn hot route. I don't know. It's like you can strike a commemorative stamp.
Do they know they exist? Does Nick know they exist?
He knows they exist because that's all they ran with Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, I know.
All they ran. So at what point?
Where is that? What is that on Jalen then? Are you guys saying that's on Jalen?
Yeah.
Also, I don't like to bring this up. I thought, and again, I get it. There's one ball, and I get it. The top 2 receivers did not get a lot of targets in week 1. I thought they were trying to force feed them early in this game.
Well, they were. They have a history of doing that, which is
I don't like it. Yeah, I get it though. You pay these guys a lot of money. You gotta give them the ball.
You
Well, there
usually
is. I mean, John
burst.
talks about the human element of football all the time. I do think there is a human element with making sure that, you got everybody on board. I know AJ says, hey, we're good as long as we win, but let's be real. AJ wants the ball, and I can't really knock him for that. That's
I can't
part of
either.
it. So that's the human element. And I think there is something to that where they have to, they do have to get those guys involved in the football game. But, I don't know, Jeff, are we,
This is how bad this offense was yesterday. It's, as Jeff knows, NFL puts out what's called a game book after every game. And at the very end, they have what's called a miscellaneous
That's my favorite part of the game book
report. And they do the 10 longest plays for each team offensively. Number one for the Philadelphia Eagles was the 28-yard go route on the zero blitz that they completed to Devontae Smith, which was a big play in the game. Looked like it came off a fungo bat. Cilio used that. I liked it so much I stole it. It was an ugly throw, but it worked because you got one-on-one. You take a shot. And Devontae's better than their corner, and he went up and got it. Number two, 16 yards. Saquon Barkley, right end for 1 yard, 15-yard face mask enforced. Their second best play was a fucking face mask after a 1 yard run by Saquon Barkley. That's how shitty that offense was. No other play went for more than 13 yards.
It was ugly. I'm just looking at the advanced numbers, the true media stats. And Jalen Hurts on throws of 10 plus air yards, 1 of 5, 28 yards. We all know the completion.
I'm surprised they threw 5, to be honest.
I am too. I swear they were all throwaways outside of the Devontae Smith one.
Well, so Jeff, are you concerned then about the offense? Because we talked about it in the open, and John's right, like all these stats that permeate the conversation. But at the end of the day, winning is what matters. And John laid out the stats of how winning Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts have been. Where are you on the concern level? I mean, it's 2 weeks to Kevin Petula. I mean, it's a new offensive coordinator. Where are you on the concern level for the offense and the way they're moving the football right now?
I mean, I guess I'd say lukewarm, but look,
where would you be if they lost 2 games? If CeeDee Lamb caught the ball, if Travis Kelce caught the ball?
They'd be 0-2, probably still lukewarm because I would need to see more. But again, this team doesn't lose because they just don't turn the football over. They don't beat themselves.
No, they don't.
Kansas City beat themselves on Sunday. Travis Kelce dropped the pass, and the Eagles were there to take it away. Like, when Jalen makes his mistakes, they're not turnover mistakes.
The Eagles take a lot of pride in their ball security training, as you know, Jeff. And the numbers that you put out there bear it out. This is an extended period of time, how effective they are in the turnover ratio. But at the same time, there is a luck element involved, as you saw. That worm's got to turn at some point, doesn't it?
You would think, but we're in a 19-game stretch right now.
Yeah, it is pretty amazing.
But
my larger point is the offensive struggles directly tied to that because they don't take any chances.
They don't. That's what bothers me a bit. It's not. But again, I think this is how they want to operate. I think they said after that Tampa Bay game last year, all right, we're going to do this come hell or high water, and they see the result, and that's the only thing they care about. I honestly say, John, they have accomplished what every NFL team wants to accomplish. They are a boring football team that wins games.
They are. It's a good way to describe them. Nick says it all the time, and he has become boring. He's become boring on the mic. They're a boring team. They win every week, usually in an ugly fashion. They're a boring team.
And you know what?
A successful team.
And I think their fans don't care. And I'm glad they don't care.
They care when they win. I put this out. It's such I tweeted this morning. We live in a strange society. It goes far beyond football, but you like they care when they win. Like you see, well, Kevin Patullo sucks. He's got to go. You see all that.
Do you think it's because people care more about fantasy football and gambling than they actually do the product that's on the field?
Maybe that's part of it. But Jody used to bring that up to me all the time. I don't think enough people. I look, a lot of people gamble, but I still think there's more people that don't gamble that gamble just by nature.
But everybody seems to
Um,
play fantasy football.
I don't know. I got a bunch of people I know that don't believe. Like it depends what circle you're in. Like I hate fantasy football, so I have a circle that hates fantasy football with me. It's sort of like, um, you build these ecosystems, and if you're not careful, you think that's the wider mindset. Like I think a lot of people play fantasy football again, same as gambling. I think more people that watch football don't play fantasy football. But I don't think most people don't have fucking time. They got to take their kids to school. They don't have fucking time for that bullshit. They just want to sit down and watch their
Football.
favorite team.
That's what my dad does. He'll sit 1 to 8. He'll just watch it. He
Yeah.
watched Sunday night game, and he said to me this morning, sent me a text, I'm glad I didn't do that.
Yeah. So the numbers tend to come up after a win because they're not happy with the way the win looked. But then if you play like Russell Wilson in a loss, they're like, well, that's empty. So which is it?
Well, that's my thing. I never cared. It's you win the game. You win the game, you worry about that problem the next week.
Well, Jeff, I thought the stat you put out was so interesting. We talked about it a little bit on the post-game show as well last night, but are they too conservative on first and second down, or are they right? Because you put out the stat where they got 8 giveaways and 39 takeaways in the last 19 games, and they're 18-1. And part of me is like, I'll push the ball downfield a little bit more. And then the other part of me is like, well, if they win the turnover differential, they win the football game. Like that seems to be almost 100% from the field when they win the turnover differential. Are they too conservative, or are they right about not putting the ball in harm's way, especially on early downs? What do you think of that?
I mean, I don't really have a problem with them being as conservative as they were, especially in Arrowhead. Like, it's just one of those things where you're trying not to beat yourself in the stadium like that. And they did that 2 years ago, by the way. Like, again, Kansas City lost both their games to the Eagles in Arrowhead because of mistakes. I forget who it was that dropped the long pass 2 years ago that should have won the Chiefs the game and didn't. I mean,
yeah.
There were was it Juju? No, it wasn't Juju.
Might have been.
I forget who it was.
I was there and I forget.
Yeah, but anyway, there were 3 plays I thought that really determined the shape of this football game. Obviously, the Kelsey drop that led to Makuba. Makuba's stop on 3rd and 1, which, by the way, might have been his
great play, but best play by far. Yeah. Way better.
And Andy Reid trying to get into a rhythm early in the second half, going for it on 4th and 1, and I said right away,
bad decision.
Yep, mistake.
How good is Nolan Smith on that play? So freaking physical at 237 pounds. Just plays so violent.
An underrated aspect of yesterday's game was how much better the Eagles are on the defensive line than the Chiefs are on the offensive line. They were just significantly better. Zadarius Smith looked like he's, I can't believe how well he played yesterday. He just got here.
Well, yeah, I talked to Zadarius twice last week, and he's like, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, he told me that last week. He's like, hey, whatever they need me for. He knows his role.
Now, I think the Eagles are in a position to where they can use him correctly too, because I've seen him in Cleveland, saw him back in Green Bay days, the Minnesota days. If you look at his last really great year, I remember it succinctly. He was player of the month in September, and people were talking about him about defensive player of the year, and he was just killing it. And then he got banged up because he played so much. He played basically every down, and he wasn't the same player in the second half of the season. I think the Eagles aren't in a position to use him correctly. I think he's going to be a huge impact on this team. I mean, huge. This dude can play.
Yeah, this is the guy.
He's still got plenty left in the tank.
Yeah,
This
he
was
looked
the
like
guy
a man
that
amongst boys yesterday. In some
that was
places.
what that pass rush needed. Like, yeah, I mean, obviously, we all would have dreamed for, a Micah a Trayvon, whatever. That was who they
Well,
needed.
he's not that good. Yeah. Well, Micah. Trayvon Walker had a big game. I kept seeing him
They
flash
did.
in highlights. But yeah, don't even get me
There were
started.
some good
Don't
football
even
games
get me
yesterday.
started on Micah. I don't know why we're going through this nonsense. That's how good Green Bay is. Now you never hope people get injured. A lot of things can happen.
It's
I'll
too
say,
early to say
happen.
that,
I'll say
Josh.
this: there's a guy
Look,
that
they're
I work
fucking
with.
good. They
I
are
know they're good, but come on, you know it's too early to say that. You know how much can
But
happen.
why it's too early to say because of the attrition aspect, which I just said I agree with. As far as being a team and a
But they are good.
well-rounded team, my God. Like
They are
Jerry
good.
Jones should be put in jail for allowing that to happen to the rest of the NFL.
The Cowboys are too busy celebrating their kicker, who, by the way, is really
Oh,
freaking
unbelievable.
He's unreal. That Brandon Aubrey dude is crazy.
All
good,
these
man.
kickers. Look at Jake, man.
Yeah,
Somebody's
Jake
got to
too.
test these guys.
Jake's 3 for 3 on 50 yarders this year, and he made 2 58-yarders already. It's almost like push him back 5. It doesn't matter. By the way, John, what did you think about that? The whole Charlie Hughlett penalty yesterday. Did you see that?
I saw it, but I didn't really see what he did. I just heard
I
smacking.
think Nick's argument was, I'd love to ask Nick this. I think his argument was, you guys can't say you can't officiate you know what, but you can catch when the center moves the ball or whatever he did and call a false start on.
Well, I mean, it's a lot easy when nobody's jumbled up. I mean, it's easier.
By the way, I
Kelsey,
thought that was ticky-tack too. As someone who has practiced doing that back in the day, I'm like, whoa. I'm like, you're actually calling that on him?
There's, Charlie's been around for a long time. Jason used to steal yardage all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
It was a nice trick. I'm going to go say something to him Wednesday. I'm like, hey, nice trick, by the way.
And every once in a while they called him and they get it, but he probably did it 10, 15 times. And then maybe they caught him once. Jason Kelsey, I'm talking about, he would do it all the time. He would steal a half yard all the time just by moving the football.
Yeah, the only way, I swear someone caught him, someone on the Chiefs caught it and said, hey, watch out for it. That's the only way I think you can catch it.
Yeah. I've talked too much about NFL officiating. I'm very consistent. They do a good job under very difficult circumstances. And they miss a shitload of stuff because the game is over legislated. But for people that blame officials and all they talk about is officiating, like, why watch the games? It's baked in. Your team's going to get some calls. Your team's not going to get some calls.
The ref is not the reason your team wins or loses.
It just drives me insane.
I was laughing how Chiefs fans were all of a sudden blaming the officials. I'm like, the Chiefs get more favorable calls than probably anybody if you really want to play that game. I go to NFL penalty.
I don't want to play that game. I don't want to play that game. Guess what? The Eagles get a bunch of calls because now they're the great team. That's what it is.
I agree with you.
Michael Jordan got a bunch of big because he was the best player in basketball. That's the way it works. You get a reputation, you get the benefit of the doubt.
There was actually a couple plays yesterday. I thought they would have called on Mahomes. Like Carter threw Mahomes down one. Even Jahad Campbell, the rook, ran into Mahomes after he got rid of the ball in one play. I was like, oh no, I thought.
I thought that was going to be a flag, and it was
too, Jeff. I thought that was a flag, but good to see.
There was a college game. I forget. I was watching a college game. I forget. It was a really close game. So there's only 3 games that are close. So I should remember, but. It was coming down to the end of the game. I was Texas A&M.
Yeah, I was going to say that was the Notre Dame game.
Yeah, it was. It was coming down. Texas A&M 4th and 12 from the 12. Their center literally tackled the defensive lineman in the middle of the field, wide open.
Nothing.
Nobody called it, and they ended up getting a touchdown, and won the game. But you know what? I'm saying, guess what? If you're a Notre Dame fan, they missed the extra point. So, that they had scored the touchdown to go up by, should have been 7. They were only up 6 because they missed the fucking extra point. Make the extra point or make a play. Don't put it in the hands of some Mr. Magoo official.
Like,
Even
that's what I say about yesterday. Travis Kelce, catch the football.
Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
bobble it.
Even in an instance where it's blatantly obvious, you will never hear me complaining about officials. Because guess what? They make a lot of mistakes. Don't put it in their hands.
Yeah. I don't have time to complain about officials. That's how I always look at it. If people want to go down that stupid rabbit hole, NFLpenalties.com exists.
Jeff, how optimistic or how are you feeling about the defense? 2 weeks. Look, our offseason conversations, Jeff, were dominated by the defensive turnover from the number one defense in football. They got rid of 4, 5, 6 players on that defense and replaced them with lesser experienced, or in some cases, lesser talented players than what they had last year. They gave up 20 points in week 1, 17 points yesterday. What do you think of them so far through 2 weeks?
Second half adjustments have been incredible. They've only allowed 7 points in the second half over the first 2 games, and that 7 was pretty much a bomb, and the Chiefs were trying to get something going. I've been more than impressed with a lot of players on this defense so far. I mean, Jahai Campbell's been great. You already saw the impact Andrew Akuba's making on this team. They worked at getting better on this defense. I'm happier that they have Zadarius Smith in the pass rush. You saw the impact Jalen Carter made yesterday. Jordan Davis had a good game. He had a sack taken away from him
I thought Jordan Davis looked good yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, really, I think the weak link on this team is, and I think Vic Fangio did a really good job at this yesterday. Patrick Mahomes not being the Dory Jackson as much.
Yeah,
it's like he forgot he existed.
John would tell you why that happened, but
they
didn't have the receivers to pick on him. But
well, yeah, that's what the Chiefs are.
I'm not Nostradamus, Jeff, but I predicted O'Rourke's going to be just fine in this game, and he was just fine.
Well,
does anybody not look at the context of the other fucking team? That's what drives me crazy.
I said right after the game, I said, you know what? The Chiefs do not have Rashee Rice. They do not have Xavier Worthy. The Eagles should feast in the secondary, and they did.
Yeah. Which, credit to them. What would have been really bad is if they couldn't have handled those guys. And it was even if they tried 3 shots to Thornton late and they got one of them. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, Think of it this way, guys. What the Chiefs had for all you, I guess I can go old school now because it was 25 years ago. Just think of Torrance Small and Charles Johnson, and those are the Chiefs receivers yesterday.
That's nice. Nice poll right there.
Oh, by the way, Torrance Small and Charles Johnson had 1,000 yards.
They might have been better. Yeah.
Yeah, they were better. But they were old when they were with the Eagles.
Yeah.
But just think of that.
Poor Torrance taking strays. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll hear it from one of them. Well,
Jeff, I got another positive on the Eagles right now. All right. Another positive for the Eagles right now is Jake Elliott and Braden Mann are both dominating what their
70-yard bomb by Braden Mann yesterday.
Dude, he is
dude's amazing. That guy? Jets cut him.
Jets cut him. Is that where they picked him up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Howie Roseman leaves no stone unturned when it comes to perfecting this roster.
I was hoping to see Tank Bigsby on a return yesterday, but they kicked away from him.
I don't think they kicked away from him.
I don't think they could kick to him.
No.
I just think it's, you come in with a plan, and most people try to kick it to one corner or the other. And it's like, there's a couple guys like Turpin, but the Eagles kicked to Turpin. I don't think Tank's in that category yet where people are. Maybe he grows into it.
Too optimistic by me on our new acquisition.
By the way, John, did you see the game book? Well, I know you saw the game book. Who were the 2 Eagles that were active yesterday and did not play?
Sam Howell.
Yep.
And Mac McWilliams.
Boom. I know John read the game book.
Yeah. I mean, Sam Howell, is not going to play.
You don't want him to play.
No. Mac, a little bit surprised. You'd think he'd be up helping on special teams, but that probably indicates he's not really that important on special teams right now, and he's a developmental player. No problems with that.
Yeah, he's 4th round pick. He's a nice talent. Vic likes him.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But usually if you're a position player, you tend to get in somewhere. Like even the backup offensive lineman, they'll throw them in there to help on field goal protection or extra point
I was
protection.
more than intrigued yesterday when I saw Cameron Latu in on a couple of those plays.
Yeah, they like Cam. He's the new fullback / tight end / special teams player. So
Was it this week he changed to 36?
yes.
Because I had people ask me yesterday that sent me text during the game. He's 36. I'm like, that's Cam Latu. They're like, well, when did that change? I said, apparently this week.
Yeah, this week. Yeah. So technically he's a fullback now. But obviously, stupid NFL rules. I don't know why you can't play fullback if you're a tight end. What's it matter? You line up wherever the fuck you want to line up.
This league has so many goofy rules. I
it
can't
really
even.
does. It really does.
They make it so hard for people to actually understand.
Oh my God. It's so over legislated. That was my point. Even our guy BLG, I just saw, who nobody's a bigger fan of the Tush Push than BLG, who I love, but he's over the top that the league wants to ban it because the Eagles are good at it, which that's where we differ. They go different ways. But even he says this play is getting so banned next season. I mean, that was my first take. I'm like,
what did we say back in May, John? It's a badge of honor, and Eagles fans can wear it and just and they can live with that. They actually banned it because we were that good at it. They can actually say it.
Yeah, they can. They can use it. That's not why, but they can.
That's how I remember Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. They banned the dunk because he could do it, and no one could.
Well, that was Wilt, not Kareem.
But Kareem was the reason. Ultimately, they banned it when he was playing.
Wilt was too dominant, so they never had goaltending. They had to create goaltending for Wilt.
They had to create a lot of stuff for Wilt and Kareem.
Yeah,
and I love it.
Bob Gibson. They had to lower the.
They had to lower the mound for Bob Gibson.
Yeah, a lot of guys. In the history, and that's the point. I always bring those guys up. What people say, oh, they're doing that. No, they have a larger viewpoint of the league as a whole. It's not just about your favorite team. It's about the whole league. And sometimes it's a rule to improve, like baseball. Hey, to me, the easiest fix in the history of baseball was banning the shift and saying, hey, you got to have two people in the infield on one side of second base and two people on the other side, which they eventually did, but it took them way too long. Was the easiest fix ever.
Yep.
All sports constantly do this stuff. Constantly.
This is where I have gotten upset with the social media discourse on the Tush Push. When I hear the Bills are hypocrites for running it. Why are they hypocrites? You can run it. Everybody can run it.
It's such
Also, I got news for you.
This has gone a dark way for me.
Yeah. Also, I got news for you guys. This is what I've heard. The Packers, they were the team to propose getting rid of it.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, propose.
They were what the league does is they use puppets.
Yeah, and the Packers were the puppet.
Yeah.
So don't get mad at the Packers.
Yeah. Well, they will because the Packers are good, and the Packers will be the hurdle.
Yeah. Now, what I always tell people, if you can tell me who the Packers owner is, I'll listen.
Well, they don't have an owner.
Exactly. So, can you imagine if Jerry Jones put himself accountable, or John Maher, or whoever, Josh Harris, put themselves accountable to, we're the team that's going to get this banned? They would never hear the end of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeffrey Lurie should propose to ban his own play.
They might convince him. Jeffrey will get on board once they ban it. He'll say, well, yeah, Jeffrey's he's very cognizant of the
I would make a
business
deal
of the
with this
NFL.
league right now. You can ban that play. Give us our 4th and 15 proposal we've been trying to get for 7 years.
Yeah, I don't think it works like that. I mean, to me, it's going to the competition committee. Once the competition committee says it's too difficult to officiate, they'll put it to a vote and it'll pass. Simple as that.
I just love when I talk to the CBS guys, the NFL Today guys, like when Cower, when you mentioned the tush push to like Cower or Burleson, they're like, let's talk about the onside kick and what a screw job that is. They're
Well,
like,
that's awful. That's
we
awful
all
too.
hate that. That was a joke yesterday. The Chiefs onside.
Well, I mean, that was a bad kick too.
Bad kick, but you had to declare it. Oh, just tell me it's coming.
Yeah. That's a bad rule.
And
But
you have to
there's
be
a lot of
trailing.
bad rules.
Yeah, you have to be trailing. You can't even be tied.
Hear about this. Why don't we go back to traditional kickoffs?
Yeah, right. That'll never happen.
Exactly. But yet they do it in college. Everybody's fine.
And everybody runs it.
Fine.
Do you think it's because the quality of kickers in college are just nowhere close to the quality of kickers in the NFL?
Well, they're not, but you have a lot of shitty kickers, but all the kickers do come from college for the most part. You have a couple guys who, Australian, whatever.
And the ones that are drafted high, like Jake Moody, don't have a job right now.
Yeah, well, he's just he's got a job. He got signed by who did he get signed? He got
that's right. He did get signed.
They got Brandon Aubrey from. Where did I get another one of those guys?
He's from Australia, isn't it?
No, he's a former.
That's right. He's a former MLS guy.
But he played 1 year at Notre Dame. He was a kicker. It's not like he didn't play. It's not like he didn't kick in college. He did. For whatever reason, people don't bring that up. And he was good. I don't think anybody expected this, but the power he had, and even Jake is so small. And you look at Brandon Aubrey and say, I don't know about you guys, but I was watching that and it was 64 yards. And I'm like, yeah, I think he's going to make this.
I thought this was kind of funny. So over the summer, I listed the top 30 players over 30 years old, and I put Aubrey on the list. And like people were like, wow, you put a kicker? Why'd you do that? I don't think people realized like how good this guy was. That article spiked yesterday because that was like one of our headlines. I put the kicker on there. And I think it was more like, no, it's not you're an idiot for putting the kicker on there. It's like, oh, you put a kicker on here. Why? That's interesting. And then I think
he might make a 70-yarder this year.
I think he's going to make a 70-yarder.
I think he could. And I have to make a correction. He played soccer at Notre Dame, but then he played with the Birmingham Stallions.
That's what it was.
Of the whatever the hell league.
UFL. But by the way, Dallas does a great job of getting those players. Turpin, Aubrey, they got a couple guys. I know they're not a good team, but their scouting department does do a good job at finding the
guys. Oh yeah, Will McClay talk about one of the best in the business. But yeah, I mean, so I guess I'm just reading up on my Brandon Aubrey trivia. So he's watching an NFL game with his wife, and somebody missed a field goal, and his wife told him, "You could do that," and then he started trying to be a kicker.
You know who can do that? Matt Prater. Matt Prater was coaching. He was an assistant coach for his son's 9 to 11 youth team, drawing play designs for him when the Bills called him.
Yeah, Matt Prater looked like a 55-year-old guy getting off the plane, and he's just banging 50-yarders through.
Did you hear
kickers are amazing.
Did you hear the story about that? I think it was him, and it might have been Leonard Floyd, or I forget who it was on the Bills, but they didn't meet him till like that game. And they didn't realize it was him. They thought it was a coach.
Yeah, well, yeah. Those are always because it does. Yeah, he looks like a coach now.
Yeah, and I think it was him.
They
said, "Don't you guys know
we got it. We got a new special teams coach." Somebody, now.
Yeah. And then Oliver said, "That's effing Matt Prater." He drilled a 50-yarder yesterday.
Yeah, off the couch, man.
By the way, the Jets suck. What a shit show that was yesterday.
Well, they had the good week 1 performance. They duped everybody.
Justin Fields is the biggest fraud in sports.
Oh, man.
But you have to actually be good to be a fraud.
Can you? This is what I said about. Can you get the fuck JJ McCarthy off my television screen?
Oh my God, is he bad?
Oh my God!
Outside of like 4 minutes, he's been terrible.
Like he's going to ruin Kevin O'Connell's reputation, like of being the quarter. This guy is so unprepared to play that they don't let him do anything. And like, what these teams in their egos, like they took him 10th overall, whatever, 11th overall. Like he can't play. You could have had Sam Darnold back. You could have had Daniel Jones, who's killing it with Shane Steichen.
Yeah.
You could have had Aaron Rodgers was begging to play there.
And they went with J.J. McCarthy.
Oh, my God. It is egregious.
By the way, Sam Darnold, I thought, really rebounded yesterday against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they finished that game.
Yeah.
Seattle.
That was one of the teams I wanted to pick them yesterday. I had to pick 5 games, and I wanted to use them yesterday, and I held back. I said, I don't know. Not exactly 100%. I should have just went with my gut. I had a feeling Seattle was going to win that game yesterday.
Well, there was
Are you guys buying the Shane Steichen-led Colts?
A little bit.
I mean, here's the thing, though, and I had to calm everybody down yesterday. Daniel Jones did not win that game for him. Jonathan Taylor did.
Yeah, but I mean, I think there's a Sam Darnold situation developing. Like, I don't think Daniel Jones is great, but I think if you put the right pieces around him,
right,
Taylor being a big part of it, and you protect him, he can make some plays. And I think that's what's going on.
All right, guys, let's have some fun here. How shitty is the Giants organization?
They're shitty. But talking about this real quick, I mean, and how it pertains to the Eagles, I think this does add to the conversation about the coordinator, where Shane Steichen was here and he had Jalen Hurts in the MVP conversation. And that offense, now it was a much different offense in 22 than it is now, and then it's evolved into now. But now he's got Daniel freaking Jones looking like that, you know, versus our coordinators who have struggled, you know, to get this offense rolling. I don't know. I think it's fair to at least point out.
Well, that's fine, but he couldn't get Anthony Richardson up to speed.
Exactly.
That's for damn
Anthony
sure.
Richardson flat out stinks.
Well, yeah. Again, ego of these teams because they took him so high.
And the Colts swallowed their ego.
Well, yeah, but it took him a while.
It took him
too long. You got to go through, and that's what's going on with Minnesota with McCarthy. They can't swallow their ego. And they let good quarterbacks out the door because they're chasing the great quarterback. And guess what? They don't have the great quarterback, so they should have kept the good quarterback.
I can't believe J.J. McCarthy was on my television twice in 6 days.
Oh, my God. It was brutal.
You know what? Penix is so much better than him.
Yeah, he's not great either, but
no.
yeah.
I was going to say,
no, he's not great either. But that game was just terrible to watch.
He's way better than J.J. McCarthy. I'm with you, but he's not good either. And that tells you how low the bar is. It's been a long time since I've seen a guy that's that overmatched, you know, that people are like, oh, this is our guy. And supposedly smart people in the NFL. This is our guy.
What did NBC
maybe
do?
I'm wrong, but I don't see it.
What did NBC do to piss this league off? Vikings, Falcons, next week Chiefs, Giants.
Well, you know how that works. They won 14 games last year.
I
know. Everybody's like, you know.
But the Giants? Why do I gotta watch them?
The Giants is New York. So you got to get the Giants early in the season before the fan base.
You got to get the Giants in the preseason to get them on national television.
Yeah. You got to get them early to get the big number. And then you say, all right, they're awful. Nobody's going to watch it. Yeah, you know how it works. I mean,
I know how it works, but it's just hilarious.
But they played well yesterday.
I had everybody going in the season.
Russ diving into the fountain of youth. Maybe Ed Kratz brought him back some of that water from St. Augustine.
Maybe the Cowboys just didn't have Deron Bland.
Trayvon Diggs didn't look too good either.
No, he's feast or famine.
Yeah, he is.
Look, you know what my takeaway was from that game? The Cowboys aren't any good, and I already know the Giants aren't any good.
I didn't think Russell had that in him in any
capacity.
But he could still throw the deep ball, man. Whew.
That throw to Neighbors was. Oh, by the way,
Malik Neighbors is good.
Yeah,
he's just real good. Yeah, Neighbors is a game changer for sure.
The Giants need Andrew Thomas back though in the worst way.
Yeah. Well, when you don't have your left tackle, and that, you know, Darisol's out too for J.J. McCarthy, but I don't think it's going to help J.J.
I don't think it's going to help him.
But when you don't have your left tackle, yeah, you're up against it.
Was that the backup they had in there yesterday who had 4
yeah.
penalties in the first drive and was smashed? The one play he smacks the dude in the helmet.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
Do you guys like the Monday Night Football doubleheaders? Because we got one.
I
tonight.
hate them.
no, I hate him.
Well, I'm not
at the end,
staying
Jeff.
up to 2 o'clock in the
I
morning.
gotta
to
work.
watch
I
it.
work all
Yeah.
day. You want me to sit down at the end?
I got to
of my
do a
night?
morning show. I'm not freaking watching Las Vegas.
I'll be watching that glorious Pete Carroll at Gino. Pete Carroll, happy 74th birthday, Pete Carroll.
Las Vegas and the LA Chargers. I think the Chargers are a good team, but I'm not staying up to watch that garbage. No, I'm not doing it.
You mean
I'm
you
not
don't
doing
want
it.
to? You don't want to see the quarterback that everybody says is better than Jalen? If he was on the Eagles,
And
they
now
be that good.
Jeff is pushing all my buttons.
I'm fired up today, John.
What is Philadelphia's obsession with Justin Herbert? I don't think they've seen him play 10 minutes of football. And for some reason, like that dude can fucking play.
He's
like,
good.
You're not showing off your football acumen by saying Justin Herbert can't play. That is not the way to do it.
I think the Chargers are a shitty run organization and they fail him.
Yeah, well, more than the opposite, no question. But I think Jim Harbaugh's a good coach, but he's got a short shelf life before everybody checks out. So you got to take advantage of it.
Yeah, and by the way, Harbaugh likes to get out of Dodge before shit hits the fan.
No, it's the opposite in the NFL because shit doesn't hit the fan because you're allowed to cheat and do all that bullshit. But
well, he did get out of Dodge in San Fran when he knew that Trent Baalke wasn't drafted.
Everybody hated him. That's why.
Exactly. I hated him. I didn't blame him for leaving.
Nobody likes the guy, and he wears on people, and that'll happen again. But I picked them to win the AFC West. I think they're going to win it.
Here's a fun little stat since we're spoiled here in Eagles land. The 2 best win percentages by any coach in the Super Bowl era. One is John Madden.
I brought it up. Yeah, Nick Sirianni passed George Allen, the great George Allen.
The guy who talks about flowers and looks like he needs a coffee at the podium now, and I don't think he gives a shit anymore. He just tells us tough, detailed together every day and word salad. I find him very entertaining. Even yesterday, I'm like, you know what?
I think he's become far less entertaining.
Wait, one of the most entertaining parts of the game yesterday was him heaving the challenge. The challenge flag.
He's got a good arm. He likes to show it off.
I like when he just goes after officials. I think it's great. It's the way he does it.
Listen, he is winning at a high clip. There's no doubt.
He doesn't.
John, what filibuster are you going to get out of him today? Because you're the one who always seems to get it going.
I haven't. Yeah, I got to formulate a plan. I have to check. I hate when I don't go to games because I don't feel like I have a pulse on what happens.
I have a plan I want to formulate, and I don't know if Nick's going to filibuster it or not. And it has nothing to do with the on-field product. Let's just put it that way.
Be careful. Don't freaking mention Larry Karras.
Oh God, no! That's one of the 7 dirty words.
Yeah, because he will go on forever.
He loves Larry Karras.
And then the beat reporters won't be happy with you.
I'm going to formulate something about the blitz because they didn't handle the blitz well, but I don't know how I'm going to attack it. I got to find out a way.
Zander, you got to see this man in action here.
I got to find a way to get him talking.
To get them a little off track, but staying on track. It's beautiful.
I listened to it. I don't see the behind the scenes of the.
Oh, it's glorious when you sit right next to him.
Yeah, I believe that, Jeff Kerr. All right, Jeff, good stuff, man. We appreciate you joining in today. Final question, all right, is are you concerned at all? We're 2-0. I mean,
am I concerned about 2-0 football team? Is that the
somewhere in Philly the sky is falling. And I will say this: I don't think AJ Brown looks too happy. I'll say that. Now, I don't know if that matters.
Is he happy, John? You can answer that for us.
He's not. It's okay. He's a receiver. He wants the football.
He wants the football, but he's not unhappy. As long as you win, AJ's good. Now, if they start losing a little bit and he's not getting targets, then it becomes an issue. But same thing with Devontae as well. They're good as long as you keep winning games. Because and part of it is nobody wants to be the asshole to upset the apple cart when you've won 16 straight, 18 of 19, 16 with Jalen starting and finishing 18
I
of
got
19.
on AJ last year when he said the passing comment. I'm like, dude, like you guys just won like 8 in a row, and this is what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, but if you listen, and I admit I'm an AJ guy, but I if you listen, what did he say? He didn't say Jordan Mailata said the same
No,
thing.
he wasn't wrong.
after
He wasn't wrong, and that was
No.
my column on Monday. Like, okay, yeah, he said one word that got all the flags up, but like 10 players on that team.
Yeah,
said the same thing.
Devontae said the same thing. Jalen said the same thing that day. That was the Carolina game.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, everybody focuses on AJ because he's the biggest star. And
I actually like the way AJ answers it, to be honest. I think it's you can make an assumption, but he's not just gonna flat out say it.
Well, Nyberg asked him a question last week and he said, I'm not answering that, which was funny. And then I said, I came up at the end. I usually circle back to AJ because it's a waste of time.
Oh yeah,
when the TV cameras are there, but he'll talk to me afterwards. And so Nyberg asked him some kind of question that he said, I'm not answering that. And I joked because then I said, what was the question? And he said, it was about, something about the offense not getting the football, blah, blah, blah. And he said, I'm not falling for that. But then basically, see, again, if you ask him the questions the right way. So I always talk about his history with Derrick Henry in Tennessee and now Saquon. So he's used to being in a run first offense. That's all he's basically known, except that first year in Philly, which was still run base, but you didn't.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
didn't
The Eagles were the first team with 40 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah. And he's like, and he jokes and he laughed. Yeah, I wasn't always like this. So he's gotten used to it. He handles it better because he's gone through it. But yeah, you at some point you got to get those guys to football, and it's not just AJ; it's Devontae as well.
John, were you there at the beginning of the Darius Smith's stuff on Wednesday, or do you? I know you and I talked to him late, but I was pretty much in the
I don't think I was at the beginning.
He was laughing because I was laughing because I'm thinking to myself, he's not going to answer that. He's like, I've been in this league too long. I answered that question. And like, remember how we mentioned to him about the Browns?
Now Z, and I've already developed. He's a good dude, man.
Oh, he's a great dude.
He's funny. Now he brought up Cleveland, and then I asked him about Cleveland, and I'm like, well, you did have Miles there. And he did say some nice things about Miles, but he was like he basically said Cleveland sucks.
Yeah, he did. Without saying it, he said it.
Yeah, and I obviously being here is, but he was with Detroit at the end of last year, so I mean, he was with a good team last year as well.
Him and I were joking about Hutchinson. I was telling him, someone said, oh, he was only good last year because of Hutchinson. And he's like, yeah. And he said what I said. I played with Aiden? I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, Aiden
That's
was
why they
long
got
gone.
him.
Long gone. I didn't see any of the Detroit game. They put up a 50 spot.
Oh, they look good yesterday. The Bears suck.
Yeah, the
Bears are terrible.
Let's see how they continue to look.
But I'll tell you what, that first game, Aiden Hutchinson didn't look like Aiden Hutchinson.
He did on Sunday.
Did he? Good.
The stats don't show, but he looked like Aiden again.
Yeah, that's good. All right, Jeff, good stuff, brother. Appreciate you doing it today. We'll talk to you again next week. All right, man?
Sounds great. Thanks, guys.